start thinking about doing those jobs that you do in the bleak midwinter. And for me, that's going to be starting off with winter pruning this wisteria. Now, at my Friday client, now I know, again, I understand that it's Monday, but at my Friday client, one of the biggest things I was brought on to sort out was the wisteria up the front of the house. They need pruning twice a year, really, and this one had an awful lot of work done to it about 3 or 4 years ago, which has caused a massive growth spurt and not a lot of flower. So now what we need to do is we need to get into the habit of pruning it twice a year. Now, you do that for 2 reasons. During the summer, now whatever you prune, whatever you grow your wisteria up, the likelihood is it's going to try and absolutely consume it. Most wisterias will put on somewhere in the region of 1 to 1.5, maybe 2 meters of growth per year. That's an awful lot, even for a building of this size. I'm up the henchman. You can see if I turn the camera down, I'm up the henchman ladder somewhere around about 12-15 feet from the floor at this point. But yeah, during the summer you prune them to remove the growth, and you do that for 3 reasons. One, it gives you a little bit of breathing space. It removes an awful lot of the growth, so you can move about your garden, you can go underneath your pergola, it's not going to pull your fence down. And you prune them at that point to about 5 buds from where the stem originated from. That does one of 3 things. I say it gives you a little bit of space, it makes the plant take a little bit of a breather, and also it makes the plant set semi-hard wood, and that's what we're now looking for. So during the summer, you can see, we've turned the camera into here a little bit, you can see I pruned these stems here. This is my cut, and again a cut again here, and 5 buds were left. And now what we're going to do is we're going to prune this for flowering, and we're going to remove all of that growth back to 1 bud from where it came from at the beginning of the season. So we left 5 buds before, and it's grown on since then, put on about another metre in length, and we're going to remove all of that growth, the new growth, and 4 more buds back to where it came from. And what that's going to do is, when it comes to flower, and that last bud that we're going to remain on there, because that one's going to overwinter and that one's going to flower, that is then going to mean there's going to be no foliage in front of those flowers. So to get that beautiful dripping look that you want from the wisteria, once your final training is done, you want to remove as much of the foliage growth as you can. So when they flower in May and April, May, beginning of June, all you've got literally is a carpet of flower. So I'm going to go over this now. I'm going to obviously do the 3Ds first. So I'm going to remove the dead, the disease, the dying, and the crossing. So all of those items were removed during the summer, and I'm now going to go over the entire plant, and I'm going to remove all of the stems back to 1, or maybe, depending on what the buds look like, 2 buds from where it originally originated from. So then what it means, when those overwinter and they flower next spring, we've got nothing but flowers right at the very ends, and then the foliage will come after. So it will be a completely unspoilt show. So I'm going to go over the wisteria now. I'm going to do this. This is probably going to take me the rest of the day as per normal. If you have any queries, you have any questions when it comes to training or any pruning, I say, with wisteria, it's a topic for today, give me a shout. I am more than happy to help. I'm going to carry on with my work, and I'll see you in a